Hi and welcome to the TaylorMade Tour truck. This truck will be servicing the European Tour, as now it's effectively known as the DP World Tour. I'll take you around a few sections and you can get an insight to maybe what happens week to week on the DP World Tour when the best players in the world get fit with TaylorMade products. What you see inside the truck is very much a copy of what we have in our head office in Basingstoke and even our head office out in the US in Carlsbad. So all the tools and apparatus, we've got to have the ability to build what we have in our tour department at HQ to what we have here. We've got to have the ability to build any given time, any wedges, any putters, any drivers, whatever it may be that these tour players want. We have to have the tools here and ready to get down to work and get these into play as quick as possible. So it's a bit earlier in the year for the truck to be out and servicing these players. The first time this truck will probably be used is maybe towards the end of April. So historically, if we were on this truck in April, a lot of the draws would be a little bit more full than what they are now, because we're just getting everything ready for that start of the season. So it's not as stocked up as what obviously would be, certainly when it comes to our carbon woods in Stealth this year. But you can see here on the shaft wall, this is stocked very highly, and we've always got to have the amount of stock that we need to service all different players. You know, they all have different shot shapes, different launch angles, different spin rates to be able to dial individual shots in. So that's why we have an array of different manufacturer shafts, whether that is for graphite and going into the carbon woods and the metal woods and fairways or hybrids, but even into the irons as well. Multiple manufacturers, because you know there's multiple different golfers that need different tools to be able to dial their game in. One constant that is always generally built week in week out on tour events is wedges. You know, so these wedge draws are always going to be full week in week out. You know, some players will probably want fresher wedges more than others. You know, it'll probably come down to feel for that golfer, and obviously they'll check spin rates. So these are always full, whether it's our mill grind 3 range, or we've even got our high toe range. You know, these have been really popular since we brought this to the market, and it's always been a mainstay for a lot of tour players in their bags, and the performance of these wedges has been incredible since we've launched that. So we've always got to make sure that we've got the ability to build that at any given time for the players. This draw here is certainly the opposite end to the bag with wedges. This is more of a driving iron, 1 irons, 2 irons, 3 irons, all different variations of that type of an iron from what we offer. We've got some an older model in terms of gaffer to some new models of P790 UDI, which we re-released into a new generation last year, and we've even got the real tour only head there. That's a P770 in a 2 iron. You know, again, tour players aren't too different to the amateur golfers, that they'll change their irons if they need to, but certainly they will bed in their own irons and get familiar and learn what that iron is going to do for them. Grips, you know, full stock of grips, all different variations of grips for different players. Some of your classic, more, you know, tour velvets, black tour velvets in here as well, which are, you know, a mainstay of a lot of tour players. We've got more of the putter grips in this section here. You know, you can see certainly a pull with the arm lock putter. You know, there's certainly been a trend for that slightly more thicker, heavier grip. So we've got to have a lot of stock of these, but then your more traditional pistol style grips, as one that one of our tour players is had for numerous years on their putters. So we've got to make sure we've got stock of these if they want to change anything, if they want a fresh grip, because everybody likes fresh grips at certain times of the year to feel a little bit fresher and get more comfortable with the clubs, a bit of an MOT and get them ready for the event ahead. You know, the tools and apparatus, you can see we've got a grip station here, which is certainly going to get used most weeks. You know, there's certainly a lot of re-gripping that goes on each week. I'll just take you down to the bottom. Again, this wouldn't be as full as what we would usually see on a tour event, but some of the pigeonholes of the locker room will be full of golf balls, tees, hats, anything that the players that would need ahead of that tournament week. So hopefully you've got an insight of what would happen on the TaylorMade tour truck for the European Tour, and an insight of how it looks and how he would service the players. So I hope you enjoyed the tour, and good luck with your own golf.